That's how you get bad reviews. That's how people ruin your reputation that you're working hard for when they don't like your massage, and you're pressuring them by throwing sales. Girl, I got a massage on set. Come over here. You know, the massage that you just paid $120 for, I'm doing it right now for $40. Come over. Like, no. Do you smoke? We need to know, do you smoke? If you're coming in here asking me for cupping, I need to know if you smoking. Hello, and welcome to another video. We're gonna get straight into it because we got a lot of things to cover today. What I'm gonna do for you guys is down below, I'm gonna leave like a little time stamp, to the best of my ability, of everything broken up, just in case you don't need some of these things. But first things first, I want to talk about the most important, because it is tax season, and y'all know I wasn't gonna leave you hanging. Okay, so I have done personal taxes before, like independent taxes before, so I'm not new to this. So I'm just going to share with you guys how I get everything situated. I've never had any trouble with the IRS. I do my taxes the correct way, and I'm just letting you guys in on how I do it. So first things first, you can use QuickBooks. QuickBooks is not free. However, there is a fee to pay for QuickBooks. And what prompted this video is I went to print out my QuickBooks, and they told me I had to pay $80 for their expense report. Now, the previous years when I had the daycare, I didn't have to pay that, but probably because I had inputted all like within the month's time. So I already did all this record keeping. I just kind of inputted it. They printed me out the stuff, and that was that. No, this time I had been doing it all along, and I hadn't paid for it. And QuickBooks said, you want the report? You're gonna have to pay the money. So I want to show you guys this option. So the easy way to do this is to do it every month. Now we're in February, and if you are doing your taxes for all of last year, I'm just going to warn you that you're going to have to sit down and come up with these numbers via your bank information, via transaction information that people have given to you in the past. Okay, so if you're starting fresh, like let's say you just graduated in December and this is your first year doing massage, let's start off in that way. And if you guys have any other questions about like previously filing taxes or just any other questions in general, of course, leave them down below. So the first thing you want to do, you can use a regular piece of paper and do this, or you can do this, you can do it on Word, you can do it on the paper, and you can transfer it into Word. I would definitely recommend doing something more professional as opposed to like writing it out like this, but for your record's sake, you can go ahead and write it out because it's easier to access. Maybe you don't always have your computer or an electronic at hand where you can input the information, so definitely don't let that be the reason to stop you from getting everything input. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get a piece of paper, put up here, put the month it is, okay? And then on that paper, you want to put the expenses. And I put right here, this is just random numbers. I did have a receipt, a Hobby Lobby receipt. Here it is. So what you want to do is when you're getting your receipts for your expenses, you're buying stuff, whatever you're doing, online purchases, you want to get all those information. So if you can take a screenshot of the online purchase and you can print it out, do that as well. The more of these you have, the better, just for like auditing purposes. You don't necessarily need them. You kind of just need the numbers, but you do want to keep these just for auditing purpose. Like it just makes it even better when you have the receipt. Okay, so let's say you take all your receipts and then you want to input the information. So let's say it was for, I put beads here, so you're going to put beads and then put the total of it right there. Okay, so you put your beads, you put the total. You want to do that to every single item that you get in the month of January that you want to write off. If you want to know the list of things that you can write off, I will link for you guys a list in the description of some things that are, you know, things that you can write off. If you had to pay for school, you can write that off. So a list of things that you can write off. You want to keep the expenses, right? Okay, and then at the end, you're going to put the total of the expenses. I would definitely calculate miles, especially if you're doing mobile massage. Miles, keep track of your miles, and the easiest way to do that is do it as you go. So here's your month for January, your paper for January. You want to go in there and put in the miles every time you are using your miles, especially if you live in a big city like I live in Houston. And then you're also going to put the total there. Okay, so on the back, hopefully this is the biggest part of your month, is how much money you're making. Okay, so on the back you want to put your income, how much money you're making. That wise, you want to put the name of however it is that you made the money. So if you want to put the person's name and you want to put like they got a 90-minute massage, you can do that, and just make sure you get all those expenses per every single time you get some money. Make sure you do that, and then you total it out at the bottom. So how do you track this? Because everyone doesn't necessarily get a receipt for this. If you can, like, get the screenshot of the platform that you use, the booking platform that you use, get that, and then you're going to staple all of those things for the month to this paper, okay? Now I have one little folder that says financial on it, and I keep everything in here. So you want to keep all your receipts. I would definitely like put a paper clip, a binder clip on something, and keep all of these things to this paper together, okay? Or you can take like an envelope and you can put all of the receipts inside of an envelope and have this paper nice and neat and easy, like legible, so that when you go to your tax professional, this is all taken care of. This is done, okay? So it's really that simple. You don't necessarily need any special software or anything. You just have to be keeping track of how much money you're making, how much money you're spending. Yes. So if you're getting W-2s, of course, like let's say you worked for Massage Heights and you also are doing independent, you can do both of those things together and just make sure you get your W-2s, file your taxes that way. It's really not, I seen someone say that it was a nightmare. It's really not that bad, especially if you're keeping track of things. Like I said, if you're behind, like, the more you get behind, so the more months you're behind with like keeping up with these records, the more time you're going to have to spend, obviously. And it can be very annoying and time constraining to get all the information input. So I would just at least do it every single month. And at the end, you're going to have 12 of them. It's not really that much paper. It's not a big deal. Just keep track of it because you want these things to be documented. And you say, you know what, Tanzania, why do I need to have my taxes documented? You know, it's no big deal. I got my cash and move on about my business. Well, let's say you want to go into doing business loans. And like I told you guys, just kind of making the business more legitimate. How much money you made in a year would be of great knowledge to the person who you're asking to borrow money from. So if you are trying to get a building or whatever you're trying to get, it's very important for you to keep track of this information. You want to make it look good, okay? And with keeping track of the information, I have to warn you that the more money you make, the more taxes you have to pay on the money, right? And the more things that so say it's your first year of business, you're probably going to come out upside down because I made a lot of money, but school was also a lot of money. So you're probably going to come up to where it's not that much you're subtracting, but just keep in mind when you're docking down all of these expenses, that's how much money your company made. So if you're trying to bring this paper to someone and say, oh, this is how I made, I want to get approved for a loan like this, well, if they see your business had a loss, it's not going to look good. So keep that in mind when you're trying to, get your coins. All right, so let's move on. All right, so we're going to talk I don't want to say briefly because it might not be all that brief. We're just going to talk about websites and booking platforms, okay? Because this is very important. I mentioned to you guys making everything legal on the back end, but how do you go about doing it? What does it look like? Some of the benefits. Let's just flow into this conversation. Okay, so I use StyleSeat. There are so many other different platforms. I can say that Mind and Body is probably one of the best for massage therapists, but it is expensive. So you keep that in mind. You're going to pay $100. I think it's a little over. It's probably like $120 a month, and they make you sign a year contract with clientele. There's no guarantees that you're going to get clientele. It's just kind of like a platform that people use a lot, and you can get your services. There's Vagaro. And theirs is kind of like Mind and Body. I would recommend that one as far as price point over Mind and Body. It has a very nice setup. Whichever one you use, whichever one you go with, make sure that it's the one you like and stick with it. Because like I'm on StyleSeat, and though I like Vagaro and Mind and Body, I wouldn't switch over because all of my reviews and my clients are already using this, and sometimes it's hard to get your clients to transfer over to using different services. So make sure you like the features of whatever booking platform you go with, okay? So I'm here on my website. Let's see. I'm gonna go here on my website, and I have this all set up. There's a little pop-up for, I'm sorry about the lights. There's a little pop-up for Valentine's Day that I created, and we're just gonna choose Book Now. Okay, so I'm actually gonna give you guys I'll put it on the screen so that it's easier to roll through. Okay, so the first thing is you see where it says please read, right? So I can go in and I can put all the information that I want someone to know just at a glance. That's what this is for. Information that I want them to know very quickly. I put please read. Other platforms have little sections where the person can read it out. On StyleSeat, you kind of have to make use of what it is that you're giving. So I put please read, and then direct them to go to the about section. So here in this about section is where I have all the information that is essential for you booking an appointment with me and enjoying your service, right? So just a little bit about myself, and it just kind of goes into all of my little things, payments and all those other things. Now, when I was doing in-suite massage, of course, I had a whole different set of rules, and they just kind of had things like how long you should take to arrive before your appointment and things like this. All this would be incorporated in this section right here. And then you can go and list your services. You can go and list your services on this site like this. I think it's a really good platform. The scheduling, of course, there's a whole mobile app that you can use that's really nice. And then it still gives you the opportunity to kind of like create other little, like put other information about a service, here on the site. Like I said, they do have a mobile platform that's kind of like the back end, and it's my scheduling. They also allow you to, the client to message you directly through this app. You can add in your business hours like this, which is useful if you are, doing in-suite massage. And then, your cancellation policy, they do all the payments through this app. It's amazing. I really like it. On the back end, let me show you guys the back end. Let me just log in very quickly. Okay, so on the back end, you can, look at your schedule, move your scheduling around, adjust it like that. You can block clients, which is sometimes necessary. You can unblock clients. You can get clients' information. You can create your email list. You can do a number of things on the back end using this platform. Okay, so the other platform that I would use, and that I do use, only for apartment communities, and I would use it. Like I said, if you're going to choose to go this route, you have to stay on this route. The only thing is, I don't think you can leave reviews with Wix. And I think reviews are essential to building, a business, especially of this kind. The Wix background, I'll give you guys a glimpse of it. It's very sophisticated. It takes a lot of time to maneuver around, but the good thing about it is you can incorporate other therapists. So let's say it's you and a partner, you and a friend, or just you and another therapist, and you guys want to like schedule couples. It's more intricate and sophisticated in that sense, where you could work a lot more things, but in the same token, it is a lot more work for you. Whereas with StyleSeat, it's kind of like wham bam. Once you put it in order, once you get the groove of what's going on, it's pretty easy. Wix is not that easy, and you might not get much support. You do have to pay for both of the platforms. I believe I paid $32 a month for my Wix website, like the whole platform, to run the whole thing. I think it's like $32 a month. And then I pay extra $7.99, $8 for a business email through Wix, which I definitely recommend. Makes you look very professional, especially when you're communicating with other people about your services and things of that nature. The StyleSeat, however, I'll put the price for it on the screen. I do not currently pay for StyleSeat because I do not currently take payments to StyleSeat. StyleSeat will take money from every payment that you make, which, it's great for building business, but it is what it is. Also, like, let's say someone searches like this. Let me show you. Let me go to StyleSeat's homepage. Try to move this out of the way. So let's say someone goes in here and they search for a service. Let me just click on braids, right? And I find this person right here, and I decide to click on her stuff and book an appointment through her. StyleSeat is going to take a percentage. I believe it's 15%. If I'm not correct, I'll put it on the screen. They're going to take a percentage out of the payment that I make for the first appointment, because they're saying that they helped me to find her, which is kind of true, which is like, if you use the book, like if you do this book now like this, it won't do that because that's you giving your link. But if they go directly through the search engine to find you, they're going to take a percentage of their first appointment. They're going to take a percentage of it. So that's something to think about. They took a service fee out of every single appointment that I had with them. So that's also something to think about. And then in the whole payment situation, I want to talk to you guys about some payment methods. So I like PayPal, and the reason why I like PayPal is because, let's say I want to do a mobile massage and I want to send out an invoice using my website, using my business email, using my business kind of entity that's already set up. I can connect my PayPal to my Wix and send out professional invoices like that. I put an invoice for you guys on the screen so that you can see the invoice, and then you don't have to worry about paying for another service that creates invoices, and it still gives you the professional, ness of it all. Because when people are paying for parties and things of this nature, you want the invoice to be professional. You don't want to be writing on a piece of paper talking about, can you sign here and pay? You don't want that. So I liked PayPal. I do know that Square is one. I have used Square before with the daycare. I didn't find anything special about it. Except you have to use the reader, and I'm not too fond of those readers because sometimes they be acting funky. And really, when people get their massage, they really just want to get their massage and mind their business. They don't want to be dealing with all the other stuff. So the easier it is, the better. With StyleSeat, that's another thing. With StyleSeat, it was like, what do you call it? Methodless, cashless payments. They could pay before their appointment. I had people prepay. They could pay before their appointment. I could charge them after their appointment. It did automatic charges an hour after the appointment if they hadn't paid. So it's all those kind of things put in place. There is $1 charge. Like they hold the client's they hold the client's card for $1 to make sure there's money on it, so you're not getting ripped off. That's some of the perks of working with StyleSeat. So let's move into some more of the paperwork that I told you guys I was going to show. I'm sorry if my hair is dripping. I just washed it. Okay, so I want to show you guys some of the paperwork stuff. So first thing, I showed you guys this party, let's see if I can cover up. Okay, I showed you guys this, and this is just a paper that I created for my spa parties. It was on my birthday. I did this massage on my birthday, and I was thinking about Tinsnia, what are you doing? Like, how are you giving a massage on your birthday? But I was making coins. So that's why my birthday is actually on this date, but this was actually last year. It wasn't my birthday. It was just my birth date. So here it is. I just created this form. I'll have this form for you guys linked down below. It's basically just a verbal intake form, and then like I told you guys, everyone's name, everyone's time slot, and then their name. They'll put their name so that you are in control at all times of the massage appointment. It's imperative. Okay, so another one of the paperwork things that I created, I want to talk to you guys about this, and that's intake forms. Now, I'm going to say this because I got a massage recently, and the massage was good. It was a good massage. I'm not gonna lie. There was some things definitely that I would change about massage, but that's just me. Like, everyone likes what they like, and if you're a relaxation girl and you go to a sports massage therapist, you're probably not gonna have a good time. So it was one of those situations. But I will say this: doing a lot of talking after your appointment is a no-go. Do not do it. If the client says, "Hey, do you have a program that I can just like prepay?" If the client asks you these questions, then you come off your lips and you give this information to the client. Don't you dare ruin your 90 minutes of work by sitting here blabbing off at the mouth all these incentive programs. If someone likes the massage, they will return. Say it with me. If someone likes the massage, they will return. You don't have to coax them into returning. You don't have to push them and pressure them and send them all these emails and send them all these text messages. You do not have to do that. They will return if they like the massage. And you do not want someone to return if they didn't like your massage. That's how you get bad reviews. That's how people ruin your reputation that you're working hard for when they don't like your massage, and you're pressuring them by throwing sales. Hey, girl, I got a massage on set. Come over here. You know, the massage that you just paid $120 for, I'm doing it right now for $40. Come over. Like, no, stop all that. Stop all that. So how do you take care of this stuff before the massage? First things first is, I never, ever, ever in suite started a massage on the dot. Okay. So if the appointment, I didn't schedule appointments to where things were just so backed up that I couldn't properly have time with each client. Okay, so at the beginning of the massage is the best time for you to do it. They're not relaxed yet, they really don't know what's going on, and you could just help them out. Okay, at the beginning of the massage, let them know, hey, I need you to show up here 10 to 15 minutes earlier. So in your schedule, I took 30-minute breaks in between every client. Okay, yes, it might mess with your coins a little bit, but at the end of the day, when you have a good sustainable clientele base, when you are not wore down and wore out, it's gonna be good. Okay, it's gonna be good. So I let them know, get here 15 minutes earlier so we can go over your new client paperwork. Okay, so you can do your new client intake form. I know some people like to do verbal intakes. I don't think that's good. You know why? Because everybody is not forthcoming with the issues that they have before they getting off the table. I remember one client, she made an appointment for her boyfriend or husband, one of the two, and he wasn't feeling well. And don't tell me that somebody's not feeling well. You know, you can get on the table and you're not feeling well, and then it is what it is. I don't know. But don't sit here and tell me you're not feeling well. Turns out his blood pressure was through the roof. He ended up having an aneurysm. He ended up being on hospice for a month. Like, it was like 3 months. He was in hospice for a long time. I think he might still be in hospice. Like, he was in hospice, and he could have gotten on my table, and then all of a sudden, they didn't know this whole issue went on. He mentioned he got a massage, and then I could have been the reason. So doing verbal intakes is not something I recommend. Get yourself out a pencil and paper and take down some information. Okay, people like to sue. Don't get it twisted. Why do you think that Massage Heights, Massage Envy, all these places doing intake forms? They're doing them online, but they're doing intake forms. Do not get caught up in the verbal intake foolishness. Okay, so I did modify the intake forms, not verbal, girl. I didn't do verbal intake. I did modify the intake forms as I went on because I learned a little bit more about a little bit, and I'm just going to share that with you guys. So first things first, when someone was new and they came in, this is the paper that I would have them fill out. And it just has their name. How did you hear about me? That helps with marketing. I would always put that on the paper. Gender, birth, and this is information like, let's say someone does pass out on your table. Let's say something happens to them and you need to call someone. You need to have certain information in there. So make sure that they fill it out. And before, I had a massage, and I would just check off before they came which one they were getting. I had my add-ons. That way they'll know, like, hey, do I want to add something on? Oh, that was only $15. Let me add that on to my massage. That was a way to upcharge them. What's the reason for your visit today? This is how you get the people coming back. This is how you get the 5-star reviews. You need to know what the client is asking for. If a client, I won't say this, if a client says, I just want to relax. Oh, and by the way, oh yeah, my shoulder's been bothering me, but the first thing that came out their mouth is relax. You better spend a little extra 10 minutes on that shoulder over there and relax them, and not go in here doing kung fu moves, because they're not going to like it. And I'm telling you that from your girl, from a girl who liked it. I don't care if I have knots. I don't care if there is a trigger point on my scapula from here to there. I don't care. I'm asking you to relax. I just want to relax. That's all. Don't do anything else aside from relaxing. And if you can't do that, you need to be upfront with the client. You need to let them know, well, I specialize in sports. You need to let them know, because it is going to mess with your reviews. And there's nothing that you're going to be able to do after someone puts a review on your stuff talking about she was too rough with me. And you're a sports therapist. That's what you do. Anyway, girl. Okay, so I'm saying girl like only women are watching this, but I just say anyway, girl. Okay, anyway, so what's the reason for your visit today? Get that, and when you get this paper back, because your client is done with it, you look at it and you say, what's the reason for your visit today? Oh, you're into, you know what? Let me get my paper so we can go over a little skit, because I want you guys to be in on what's going on here. All right. So I have my papers here. I'm not going to show nobody's name, but I think this is the perfect time. This is the perfect opportunity to let you guys in on this. Okay. What's the reason for your visit today? Relaxation and stress. All right. Let's move along. Let's move along. What's the reason for your visit today? Stress relief. What's the reason for your visit today? A massage, i.e. relaxation. And I know for a fact this person had other stuff going on. They didn't want me to worry about that. They wanted what they put on this paper, okay? What's the reason for your visit today? Massage, Swedish, relaxation. What's the reason for your visit today? Joint, muscle pain, low back, quad, glutes, calf, whole body, legs. That don't mean that's not a person saying they want to be relaxed. This is a person saying, I want a full body massage, right? I want a full body massage, and I would like a little relaxation in there, but just make sure you get all of these places, okay? And this lady drove to me from almost an hour and a half away. What's the reason for your visit today? A massage, relaxation. So most of my papers, what's the reason for your visit today? Deep tissue massage. I am stiff. I remember this client, and this was not a good client for me. Okay? Because guess what? I'm not a deep tissue girl. Yes, I can give you deep tissue work, but that's not what I do. That's just not. And she bothered me. She bothered me. She bothered me. She bothered me when she left. She bothered me, and she kept wanting to come back because I did give her what it was that she asked for. But I can tell by the intake form how this is gonna go. Okay? And how to refer people accordingly. What's the reason for your visit today? Back pain, relaxation. What's the reason for your visit today? Relaxation, stress relief. Ask the people, okay? Ask the people what they're here for so that you'll know how this is going to go. I'm telling you, you're going to save yourself bad reviews. You're going to save yourself being stressed out. You're going to save yourself some massage therapy foolishness, okay? You're going to save yourself. So anyway, ask the person, what is the reason for their visit today, and do what it is that they're asking. If they're saying something that you cannot do, like they want you to fix something and you have no idea what this muscle is that they're talking about, don't do it. Don't do it. And not only do you not do it, but you need to let them know when we're here, not after the massage, okay? Not after they're already displeased and they're not really sure you on your tip. You need to let them know before, so they can make up in their mind. They can set their expectation, because unmet expectations is the reason why you're gonna get a 2-star review. All right, accidents, injuries. People are not upfront with you about stuff that's going on with them. So I said more than 5 years ago and less than 5 years ago. Let me know what's going on so I know what I'm going into, and you know what's going on, so nobody can try to come back and sue me. Habits and lifestyle. Do you smoke? We need to know, do you smoke? If you're coming in here asking me for cupping, I need to know if you smoking. Okay? If you're coming in here talking about, my feet are numb, right? Or you didn't tell me your feet are numb, and you send me a message 3 days later talking about your feet are numb, and you tell me you've been smoking since you're 18 and you're 53, does a cigarette have anything to do with it? Maybe it wasn't my massage, maybe it was a cigarette. So I put it all in here. We need to go over this all. Are you currently having any discomfort or pain? Don't blame nothing on me. Don't blame anything on me. Okay, what's the cause of the pain? Oh, you got into a car accident? It wasn't me. It was the car accident. Okay, just making sure. You need to know. And they have a whole disclaimer here on this side of the paper. Does anything aggravate the pain? Can you describe the pain? This information is helping me to say what the heck is going on. Now, I'll be 100%. And the last question is, are you receiving any chiropractic care? I need to know if you one of those medicine people, or if you really in this massage thing with me and you understand, holistic medicine. Do you understand? Are we here or are we over there? Is this a nostalgic massage, or you really want to participate in the healing practices of massage? That's what that question is for. But like I was saying, I asked these questions. So let's say I don't really, sorry, my hair is, like I said, it's wet. I don't really know what's going on, right? I have no clue. I'm at a loss. What I would do, I take this information, which is why I like keeping it on paper. I have them in here. I bring it home. I open up my textbooks. I open up Google, I get some research going, and I see, okay, this is what I found. And that's another reason why I keep my paper. Well, let me show you my paper. I'm telling you guys, I'm getting y'all together today, because there's no reason I should be paying $120 for a massage and not be satisfied. Okay, right here. I keep this paper. I'm not going to turn it over because there's a person's information on it. I keep this paper inside this folder. I staple it to the back of here and I write down my notes. That way, when I go to do my research, if I know the person is coming back, if I know that they're a repeat client, I write down the notes. Even if they're not coming back, I write down the notes and I say, this is what I found. This is what I think. And I go home, take this home, and then I do an assessment. I say, what could it possibly be? And then when they come back, we try this thing. So that's a part of customer service. A part of customer service being customer driven, being customer focused, actually caring about the customer. And like I said, really, really honing in on some of the awesome benefits of massage. Not just about getting your money, but also about healing, about creating an environment of healing. Do some research. Sometimes people don't know to do research. I am not saying diagnose anyone. Don't be diagnosing no one. But just implement what you know could possibly work via doing some research, okay? And then moving on, I got this. So later on, if the person, I switched to, did I show you guys the other paper? No, I didn't show you the other paper. So then I moved the paper. So that was the first sheet that I used. And then I kind of like refined it. I just made it, you know, I asked a little more questions like any known allergies. I put that on there because people have latex allergies. Y'all know I was doing like the little cleansing facials. So I wanted to put, sometimes I would wear latex gloves, and I wanted to ask a bit more questions because that was the thing in my head. I'm like, oh my God, I'm touching this person with latex. What if they're allergic to latex? I just wanted to CYA, okay? Still asking some of the same questions about the reason for the visit. Everything's basically the same, except I wanted to add that any known allergies, especially for the lotion that I use and things like that. So I also took off on that paper. I took off the add-ons. You know why? I told you guys about this. I added these add-ons. This is it's laminated. I will have this for you guys below if I can find the thing that I made it with. Try to blow it up bigger on the screen so you guys can see it. But I made this and I said, hey, so when the person came in, this was on the clipboard, check off, you're doing this massage, right? And so this way the person can see all of the prices for the add-ons. Why do they need to see the prices? Because I'm one of those people. I need to know if I have $200 in my pocket and I say I'm only spending $200 on a massage, I want to spend $200 on a massage, okay? I want to know what services I can add on. What can I get for a tip? Like, I don't like to be left in the dark. So that's why I created this. And it also gives them kind of a rundown. Like it says hydrotherapy add-on, $30. Full body scrub with warm milk and honey, a table bath. You guys saw this video I did the other day. So that service was $30 added on to the price of the massage for hydrotherapy. And that was a little sheet I used. And then if you were a repeat client, you did not have to come in 15 minutes early every single massage. I also put this on a paper that is laminated. And this kind of asks, what's the reason for your visit today? Because the reason that you visit me today might not be the reason you visited me last time. Don't assume that everything is the same. And sometimes I'm not gonna front if I know the client. Like I had a client that came in religiously every like 7 days. I verbally could ask her because I didn't want her to fill out this every single time. What do you want today? Same thing as last time? Any other problems? Do you have any other questions for me today? Always ask the client that. So what's the reason for your visit today? I put relax and pain relief in parentheses because so they'll know what direction to go. Sometimes people be, are you currently having any discomfort or pain? Because these are questions right now. I get it. They filled out an intake form. They have an intake for me on file, but what's going on with them now? Is the information from your initial intake form still correct? Any new diagnosis, any new medications, okay? And they filled this out with the dry erase marker, so I didn't have to keep doing that. I used it for every client. All right, so that was kind of some back office stuff that I want you guys to know. So I want to let you guys in on. If you have any other questions, I know for a fact that I'm missing out on some things and I'm in no rush. I have time to come up with another video for you guys with more stuff. It would help me out greatly if you ask questions about what it is that you want to see as far as the massage therapy paperwork stuff goes. It's a lot. It's not a lot once you get into the swing of things. It is a lot to set up initially. However, once you get into the swing of things and you got your professionalism going and you're making that professional money, you know what I mean? I saw my taxes this year, how much money I made, and I said, dang, girl, you good. Girl, you good. You made more money in the last 6 months than you made in years before. You're like, girl, you're good, okay? And I want you to be good too. I want you to do things legal, legit. I want you to have fun doing it if massage therapy is something that you really want to do, okay? Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.